Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel and to another video. My name is Amanda and in today's video we're going to be doing some food prep. Not necessarily meal prep, but I find sometimes that if I have like veggies pre-cut, condiments made, things just ready to go, I'm more likely to eat a balanced meal and prepare it for myself if some of the work is already done. Plus that way I only have to wash my cutting board and knife like that day. So the first thing that I decided to do on this day was to make some pickled red onions because I had run out, and I will link the recipe that I referenced below. But essentially all you have to do is slice up your red onion, shove it into a jar, and then add in vinegar, salt, sugar, and water. And then I let this sit on the counter while I was preparing the rest of my items for this food prep. And then once I was done, I just threw it into the fridge with everything else. This is a really great way not only to add some fermented foods into your diet, but add that pop of color because they maintain this beautiful pinkish red after they are pickled. So I find that it's a really great condiment to add to pretty much anything. And I just want to say that all the recipes that I will be referencing, I will leave in the description box to follow, and that way you can make any of these items on your own or try this food prep and let me know how it goes. And yeah. So then the next part of this food prep, I really wanted to kind of chop up some veggies and have that ready on hand just to throw a quick meal together. So I'm gonna dice up a couple of yellow onions, slice up some bell peppers and a red onion for fajita veggies, dice up a zucchini, and then chop up a cauliflower because I planned on making like buffalo cauliflower wings for dinner that night. So I figured I would just add that in and get it done and ready. And having like an onion chopped up, you can add it to a stir fry. Pretty much almost everything has onion in it. So it's really nice to have that just ready to go. And then I intend on making a sheet pan meal with these fajita veggies and some of the marinated tofu, which we'll get into next. But I really find it's super just empowering to have veggies already chopped, because sometimes you just don't feel like cooking and you're like, oh, I'm just not gonna cook because I don't want to dirty the dishes or whatever, but it's already ready to go. And then when I was cutting the red onion, like I just thought this was so pretty. Like I don't know what it was about it, but just like it just like was so cute. It was like a little flower. So I wanted to show you. And then the next part of this video, I'm doing some marinated tofu, which I've never tried before, but I'm really glad I did. And I'm probably going to be implementing some type of this in my weekend food prep going forward. And I only had one block of tofu, but I didn't want to use the same marinade because I don't know about you, but like I really don't like the food prep game. Like I cannot enjoy my food if I'm eating the same thing every day. So I wanted some variety. So because I was just making this for myself, I divided the tofu into 3 equalish parts and then diced this up and used that as my kind of goal for each marinade. And then I freeze my tofu and then thaw it out, and you can see it really changes the texture of it. So that's kind of what I showed you there. And yeah, so 3 separate marinades, chopped it up into little bits, and here we go. So the first marinade that we're doing today is a balsamic glazed tofu. And this one has balsamic vinegar, some oil, soy sauce, maple syrup, Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes, and garlic. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this one wasn't my favorite. It was way too vinegary for me. And I think when I was making this recipe, I like halved or thirded all of the ingredients except for the balsamic. So it was really balsamic forward and it just became too much for my palate. So I might try this again, but I feel like maybe this would just be good to do like as a sauce while you're cooking, or like as a dressing for something. Like that would probably be really good, but like it just was a little too much for me, honestly. But I just repurposed a tahini jar that I had, added my all ingredients in there, and then the cubed tofu, and gently shook it up to kind of get everything combined. And then there we go. We totally have tofu ready to add with whatever grain veggie you want throughout the week. And I will say this was super convenient. So I just wanted to kind of show you what it looked like after everything was combined. And then for the next marinade, we're doing a honey mustard, which isn't honey, it's using agave. And this smelled really good, and I was really excited to try this one because I do like honey mustard flavor. And I thought it'd be really nice, like something really easy to fry up or throw in the air fryer. And that's actually what I ended up doing with this tofu. I threw it in the air fryer to cook it and then just served it over rice with some of that zucchini. I just sauteed the zucchini and onion and threw that together with this. And I will, again, link the measurements for this down below. And at the end of this clip, I have a little kind of preview of what I made with these tofus. So just as before, you combine all these ingredients into the jar: avocado oil, Dijon mustard, agave, garlic, and salt and pepper. Give it a good shake. Add in that pre-cubed tofu and then gently toss to combine, because like the tofu is kind of fragile. I'm using extra firm tofu, but it is still kind of fragile. So add that in, give it a good toss, and you're good to go. And then this last tofu marinade is probably my favorite. It is a fajita inspired tofu marinade. And this one combines oil, lime juice, onion, garlic powder, paprika, chili powder, and cumin. And I didn't have a lime. And I didn't want to take an extra trip to the grocery store, so I wanted to use what I had. So I was hoping that using lemon juice would still be good in this recipe, and I'll be straight with you, like it definitely had a lemony flavor. It totally would be better with lime, but it was still really good. And so just as the other recipes, you combine all these ingredients in a jar, give it a good shake, and then add the cubed tofu. Give it a little shake to combine and coat everything. And then I kept these in my fridge for a few days, and like once a day I just kind of like tossed it around to coat it. And I found that that was like a really good way to keep everything evenly coated. The tofu is definitely super flavorful for all of these recipes, but I will say that this one was my favorite. So I definitely will be doing this again, and probably on a larger scale, because I wish I would have had leftovers, but I didn't. And then I just wanted to give you a quick preview of what I ate. I had this pre-packaged like veggie rice that I sauteed with some zucchini and onion and added that balsamic glazed tofu. It was still really good and filling. And then here's the honey mustard tofu I did in the air fryer with that sauteed zucchini and onion, and served that over rice. And then the last recipe or item I made for this food prep were some Bliss balls, energy balls, whatever you want to call them. I used oats, almond flour, cinnamon, dates. I threw some almonds in there and peanut butter, and these were super delicious. I definitely will be making them again. So the first thing I did was pit my medjool dates and then soaked them in some hot water just to soften them, and then essentially combined everything into my food processor. I did the oats, the almond flour, the dates, the rest of the peanut butter that I had, some maple syrup, some cinnamon, and then I decided that I wanted to throw some almonds in here. And the recipe that I followed did recommend drizzling them or dipping them in chocolate, but I kind of wanted these to have just as a quick bite. Like, I take my vitamins and supplements in the morning, and sometimes it upsets my stomach if I eat it on an empty stomach. So I really wanted to have something I could just snack on really quick in the morning. And chocolate, honestly, is not something I crave right when I wake up. So that was kind of my intent behind these, and just to have like a little subtly sweet snack just to munch on throughout the day. I really liked these. I will link the recipe below and let you guys decide for yourself if you want to add the chocolate in. So I just want to say thank you so much for spending time with me and watching this video. Let me know if you make any of these recipes down in the comments below, or kind of what your go-to like food prep like situation is. Like, I think that it's really helpful to have some stuff ready to go to really aid in eating well throughout the week. So I'd love to hear from you in terms of what your ideas are, and if you liked this style of video, let me know. I would love to shoot more like this. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you're not already, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye for now.